Hey, this is Dylan with Safe Haven Music, and today we're checking out the Dingwall Combustion basses. The Dingwall Combustion is Dingwall's baseline production model. This is their first in line that basically goes to be modeled after their Custom Shop Afterburner models. These are available in 4, 5, and 6 strings. And these are our first two that we got here. First we got the Indigo Burst 4-string combustion, and we have a Natural Ash 4-string combustion as well. These basses are loaded with 3 of their Dingwall FD N3 neodymium magnet pickups. You have your EMG preamp as well. Body woods is a actually Natural Ash body with a quilted maple veneer with a 3 to 5 piece quarter-sawn maple neck, and you have some really straight grain on this one. For hardware, we have the Hipshot ultralight tuners up here, and the Hipshot monorail bridge as well, so then you actually have individual bridge saddles for each string. These are 9.5-inch radius with 24 banjo size frets. The banjo size frets are very different for most basses that you'll find out there. Most basses usually have either medium jumbo or medium or just jumbo frets in general, but these come with the banjo size frets. These were actually an idea made by Lee Sklar, who's been playing with them since the late 90s. So he suggested that using smaller banjo size frets actually, it makes it more playable, of course, but it actually, as far as tone, it takes away most of that metallic kind of sound that you usually get from a lot of medium jumbo or jumbo frets that you usually find. With the banjo size frets, you hear more of the actual tone wood as well, so you're actually hearing more of the ash, hearing more of the maple necks in that as well. One thing to note on these basses, and all Dingwall basses of course, these basses come with a rolled side nut. The nut on these are usually very rolled, so if you're playing in the first position up on the first fret, it's gonna feel very comfortable. If your finger happens to go across or cover the nut as well, you're not going to feel it much or even notice it at all. As far as the controls, you have a volume pot, you have your 4-way pickup selector, rotary pickup selector, and you have your 3-band EMG preamp as well. You have a bass, mid, and treble control with your EQ on and off. With each position, going from the first position with the neck, you have the neck pickup alone. You have the neck and bridge in parallel. You have the middle and bridge in series, and then the bridge alone. Underneath each of these pickup capsules are more of a P-bass style of magnet pattern. So when you uncover it, it is 2 magnets on the top and 2 magnets on the bottom for the bass and treble sides. So when you have that across the board, you have actually a very Fender and like vintage style tone. And with these pickup options as well, you're going to get a lot of the combination of tones that you usually find in a lot of other like vintage style basses. You're going to have your P-bass tone, you're going to have your Music Man tone, your jazz bass tone, and the bridge alone. One thing to note with these pickups is that they also have neodymium magnets as well. With neodymium magnets, they cut through the mix very evenly, and they're not too high, they're not too low, but they're perfectly poking through in the mids to just sit very nicely, to be present, but also satisfy the rest of the mix and the other instruments around it. So we're going to go through all the pickup selections real quick. We're going to start on the volume all the way up, neck position all the way in the first position, and the EQ all the way off with the pickup switch off. Now we're going to go for the second position, the neck and bridge together in parallel. Now we're going to go for the third position, the middle and bridge together in series for that more humbucker Music Man style tone. Now for the last bridge alone. Now we're going to go back to the neck pickup and turn the EQ on with everything at 12 o'clock. With EQ on, you get more of a present kind of tone, and it just sounds a little bit more even. That sounds really good. Let's go for the jazz position, the neck and bridge in parallel. Now for the middle and bridge in series for the Music Man style tone. Definitely gives like very much like 70s style Stingray vibes. And now for the bridge alone. Now we're going to go back to the neck position and boost the bass a little bit. Bring that all the way up. It's really nice because it's not super overbearing. Usually most bass pots you'll turn up and it gets really boomy, but this actually sounds really sweet. Now we'll just cut it back, check that out. These are really cool because it doesn't matter what kind of EQ placement that you'll do, they sound really, really good either way. So let's go for the middle position now, or the mid frequency, boost that. And now let's back the mids off completely. Now let's go for the treble. It's gonna get pretty bright, so we're not gonna boost it completely. Now let's back the treble off completely. Now what I'm going to do is actually just bring everything back to the middle. I'm going to dial in like a nice P-bass style tone with the EQ. I'm going to boost the bass a little bit, boost the mids, probably keep treble backed off a little bit. Cool. Sounds very much P-bass like. With the EQ that you have in this, you get a very diverse palette of sounds that you can get, along with, of course, the different pickup positions. These basses are absolutely amazing. They've been coming on the scene more and more. They have been around since the late 90s, early 2000s, but they really started getting more popular with bands like Periphery, their bass player, Adam Nolly Get Good in that band. And they're making their way more into a lot more regular rock or pop or jazz influenced players. Besides a lot of metal players, you have members like Stu Hamm, who's a longtime bass player with Joe Satriani, Tony Levin, who was with King Crimson for a long time. They were a long-time Fender and Music Man players, and now you see them playing Dingwalls. It's starting to be a lot more of a, I guess, conscious switch to going to these types of basses, because not only do they sound great, but they have all the different pickup positions and sounds that you would want within a bass. Going for any studio session that you have, and you're going to reach for anything, this can take anything that you throw at it. You even have John Taylor from Duran Duran. He switched to Dingwall hard enough that he now has his own signature model, which we'll eventually get. When trying these basses, I have a Dingwall myself, but I have the NG, which has an Elder body. But playing this one's a little bit more generalized sounding. It blends in a lot of different genres that you can play this within. And honestly, I would pretty much call this the Fender killer. These basses are extremely solid for one. Play with these at home, record with them, take them out on tour, and they'll be extremely solid. And as far as needing many other basses, if you're going to a studio, if you want to have a few different types of pickup styles to choose from, you're going to pick up a few different basses, this is going to beat them all, because this has every single position that you'll need, and it fits in the mix really, really nicely. If you're looking to try one of these out, we now have them at the shop. We have these and some NGs, and we're going to have a lot more coming in soon. So if you like what you see, like and subscribe, follow us for more. Check out the website.